All right, we took a look at some of those show commands, but those show commands can give us a lot of output sometimes. For instance, that show running config, even on a more simpler switch, can be fairly extensive. So what I'm going to show you next is how to start using some filters to narrow down to the information that you're really looking for. So I have a switch here, and what I'm going to do is I'm just going to type in show running config, and I'm going to hit enter on that, and then it's going to list out the full running config files. So I'm going to just hit spacebar every time I see more to scroll through this. I do want to point out that on 014 I added a description so we could see how some of these commands that I'm about to go over interplay with this, but just know that the description demo laptop is under 014. So then I'm going to go through the rest of these, and there we get to the end of the running config. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to pipe this into a filter command. So I'm going to use the pipe to do this. So let's see, add the pipe, and then I'm going to use the question mark, and you can see there's a lot of ways I can filter this out. I can append it, I can begin, count, exclude, format, include. We're just going to go actually over 4 today. I'm going to cover the beginning, the include, the exclude, and the section. So let's take a look at those 4 and see what they look like. So first of all, I'm going to do the begin. And let's say I want to just see from the fast Ethernet connections and beyond within the running config file. So I'm going to say begin, and I'm going to say interface and fast Ethernet. Notice that it's case sensitive, so I had to use the capital F and capital E in fast Ethernet. I'm going to hit enter, and now what it's doing, it's sorting through the running config file, and then it started listing everything after. Once it found the interface fast Ethernet, it started listing everything after that. So including those things that aren't even fast Ethernet. So it's showing me the end of the file as well. So it begins at a certain point and shows you all of the rest of it. Okay, so the next one that we'll take a look at is we'll take a look at the include. So I'm going to do the include here and hit enter. And now what it's looking for is any line that includes interface fast Ethernet, then it will include into this. So it's including all of my interfaces in there, no details of those interfaces. Notice when we look at the fast Ethernet 014, there's no description in it. And then it's not going to list the end of the file either, because the end of the file doesn't have the end of this running config doesn't have interface fast Ethernet in it. So it just includes up to the last interface fast Ethernet, and then that's it. All right, so now let's take a look at exclude. So I'm going to change this to exclude. And if you guessed it right, now what's happening is it's looking through and it's going to list out everything unless it has interface fast Ethernet in it. So it's even to the point that it didn't include the interface fast Ethernet 014, but it did include the description of that interface. So, and then we are going to cycle through to the end here. And then finally, the thing that I'm going to do next will be to we're going to do a section, and then it was going to show the certain sections. So when I do section interface fast Ethernet, then it's going to any of the sections that include interface fast Ethernet. So now it's showing us all of fast Ethernet interfaces, including the programming that's associated with it. So description demo laptop is associated with 014, so it's showing that as well. And then we get to the end here, and it doesn't show the end of the file. So that is begin, include, exclude, and section. Those are just a few. We saw a few more in there as well that we can use to filter out our show commands or what's displaying on our screen, so we can get to the exact information that we want to get to and be able to pull that information very efficiently. Hope these videos are helping you out. If they are, can you help me out by hitting that like button?